Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm Annie and I'm going to bring you your weekly energy theme reading. Before we dive in, I just want to remind you that if you enjoy engaging with my work, you can sign up for my email list on my website, or you can also book a reading or order a Rainforest wisdom deck or sign up for one of my gatherings that way. So I want to invite you to engage more with my website if you're interested. As usual, I've drawn a card from the Rainforest Wisdom deck and I haven't looked at it yet. Let's see what our weekly energy theme is. Yeah. I'm not shocked that this card came up. This is the Goliath Beetle. We've seen this card recently. This is the card of standing for what's right. It's the card of standing up for ourselves. It's the card of uplifting the vulnerable. It's fortifying those who need a voice. And this is big energy right now for all of us. And I don't think I need to explain why. Let's go in here and see what we can get from our guides on this topic. So there's this encouragement here for those of us who are feeling downtrodden, who are feeling disempowered, frustrated, angry, for those who are grieving, for those who are struggling with all of the world events that are happening right now. Your experiences and your feelings are valid, and there's a time to experience the grief and a time to spiral down, and then you're not meant to stay there. And that's what our guides are saying this week, is that if this is something that we've been experiencing, where we have been feeling a lack of agency, then this is a week where we might feel a shift in what we realize we are capable of. It could be a spark of hope. It could be anger or grief that alchemizes into action. And that is the main theme that we're looking at, is how we take our pain and alchemize it into something meaningful into our lives at this time. And our guides are saying that the pain that we feel, the sadness, the empathy, the grief that we feel for our country and the people in our country who are suffering, and our communities that are suffering, it's showing us something. It's here to inform us about what we care about. If we look at our pain points and see where we have become the most frustrated, angry, overwhelmed, what is the pain point that affects you the most? Whether that is personally or through the experience of empathy or compassion for other people or the environment, etc. So what I'm hearing is that it's okay to grieve, and it's okay to take time to process the experiences that we are having right now. And they're also saying that allow the grief that we're feeling to be very potent information that points us toward what matters to us and empowers us to see that the way that we stand for this thing matters. Mm-hmm. We're being reminded that we don't have to reinvent the wheel here, that there are other people that care about the things that we care about. And when we try to spread ourselves too thin and care about every single thing and take action on every single thing, that's when we get burned out, and that's when we feel that we can't make a difference or don't have agency. And this isn't true. But what we're reminded of is that there are other people that are already doing something, most likely even in our communities that we're in, regarding the thing that is the most painful to us. So if we can identify that, and then we can look first within our communities for other people that already exist where we are, that care about these things, that can be a really good first step this week. And if there's no one else in our community who is taking action already, then we can look to the larger communities around us or out in the world to see where we can make connections this week, to see that we're not alone in caring about the things that we care about, in finding strength in numbers, finding strength in collaboration and community, and realizing that we can contribute in some way to a group that already exists of other carers. Mm-hmm. And we're being reminded that that righteous anger is valid, and again, we get to feel those things and we get to process those things, and anger towards the world is less helpful than advocacy. Like, anger against what we don't want is less effective than advocacy for what we do want. And that's what our guides are reminding us this week, is to remember that even though our rage and our anger and our grief is all valid, and we are absolutely meant to experience those things and feel them and process them, when we take our advocacy out into the world, we are going to be more effective when we are supporting seeing more of what we want rather than pushing against what we don't want. Mm-hmm. They're going to give me a caveat to that. They're saying that for a certain group of people, of course it's important to push against the things that we don't want. For probably a lot of us here, overall, the way that we're going to be able to make a bigger impact from the bigger perspective is to figure out the places where we want to put our energy in support of what we want to see. Because, a lot of the time when we push against something, we're actually giving it more energy. We're actually, giving our attention to the things that we don't want more of. And there are going to be people out there that are meant to be the advocates that are standing up against the things that we don't want to see. So I'm not going to put a blanket statement over that, but I think that if you're hearing this, you know which one you are. Let me see if there's anything else for us this week. It's important to find people to talk to about this. If you care deeply and you are affected and you want to be able to shift your perspective and reclaim your power, you most likely are going to want to have some conversations with other people that care. Other people that care about the same kinds of things that you do. It's going to feel empowering as long as these people are getting on the same boat, which is, hey, we have to move forward instead of, staying in the downward spiral forever. So we are being encouraged towards conversations with people that can help us collaborate and can help us feel that we aren't alone in our responses to the world and to things that are going on now. So, okay, you're not alone. Having care and empathy for the world, having compassion and leaning into our communities is how we get through this. All right, everybody, have a good week. I'll see you next Monday. Bye-bye.